What makes a good intro, James?
Oh, probably beginning things.
Beginning things?
Yes.
What about ending things?
No,
That's the ending. That's the outtake, isn't it?
What would you prefer? An ending or a beginning?
Wait.
But it's also about the middle as well.
No, you need heroic stirring music to begin, like...
But then you need a cliffhanger at the end, like, I'm pregnant.
You've only got 2 minutes to live. Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm pregnant.
And this bus can't go over 56 miles an hour.
Previously on CSI Mwangi Expense.
Danger Club Podcast.
Previously on the Danger Club Podcast.
Karagor takes the crown, puts it on Folton's head.
Oh, no.
Put dwarven piss water in every inch of this house.
That means you're going to drown.
The house was not made to create life.
The house follows you.
We should deal with the Night Peddler first.
All right, can I spend the 4 days building a trap?
I'm not opposed to a Macaulay Culkin.
You'd like to come in for the drink?
Very well. We will parlay with you on your turf.
The adventure continues now.
The sun is high, old bad moon is cocked, and we are ready for action. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club Podcast.
Hello.
Woo. We're down Drummond this week because he's doing Sports Day. He's with the kids. It made me, which got me thinking. Was anyone a big Sports Day fan?
Oh.
Anyone do? I'm gathering a group of people sitting around a table recording a podcast about playing role-playing games. We're probably not going to hit a very high number in this, but
I tell you what, in my early days, I was a pretty good runner.
Yeah.
I used to love the old the track, so I would often be in my team for the 100 meters. I would often be in the 100 relay and the 4x4 relay as well. And our team, up until about year 9, so that's like up until the age of about 14, we won every year.
Ooh.
And then we all started smoking.
Like during the run? Or what?
Yeah. And then year 10 and 11, terrible. Yeah, we flunked it after that. But we still entered it every year. And I think, if I remember correctly, one of our track members, called Adrian, he like wore, I don't know, there's something, if I remember correctly, he wore like a bomber jacket as he was running, or like, I don't know, not gym shorts, he wore like weird
Kappa shorts,
like, something like
back in the day.
something like really kind of chavvy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't track appropriate. It might have been Adrian, it might have been someone else, but yeah.
I love that. All of your school stories, especially like school sports stories, Colin, they're always like chippy underdog stories of just like, oh yeah, well, but we kept. They're like films that would win a BAFTA.
Yeah,
like a northern school keeps trying. It's that kind. Whereas like Ross's ones are all like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
So you were a runner, Ross?
Huh?
Did you say you were a runner?
I was also in the 100, 200 meter just sprint. I was very fast.
100, 200 meter just sprint.
Yeah, just sprint.
Just we have a race, you and me. Like,
yeah, I mean now
around the block.
I wouldn't be able to go 5 minutes without being like, and I was also in the relay team with the old baton.
Passing the baton, that was the hardest point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Never practiced that. Always dropped it.
I did love it. It was good.
I was
go on.
I was a 400 meter champion in my school.
No way.
Yeah.
I did regionals, and in the last year of school, I did a 400 meter champion. They made me do 800 meters as well because no one was going to do it, and I won that, and then I won the long jump as well. I don't know what I was on that particular year of school. Maybe it was drugs assimilated into the water supply, but I did really well. So I've been going to regionals for years for 400 meters, and I was pretty good at it. But like when I got to regionals, there was always one kid who always beat me from a different school. Bastard. His name was Rory.
I think we've spoken about him before. I think he's come up. Yeah.
Well,
that pain still burns deep, doesn't it?
He was so fast. He was unbelievably fast.
What's he doing now?
Always came second to him. I don't know actually. I didn't stalk him and hunt him down. But
Let's find him.
But yeah. I like you, Colin. Actually, I was like sports guy. I was like, oh my god, finished school, and then I got into judo and kickboxing, and then I very much like you discovered cigarettes and beer and girls.
That's the downfall. Yeah, cigarettes, beer, and girls.
Stopped doing all the sports and started hanging around in bars instead.
Yeah. Hello, girls. Look at me smoking and drinking beer. Aren't I good and fun and manly?
Pint in one hand, cigarette in your mouth. Yep, it's the women. That's why. That's what's slowed me down.
Yeah.
The irony was they all actually fancied Rory.
Did they? Because he won the race.
He's stuck to his career, Like, he's a really good runner now. He's got his life sorted. Like, he does one thing, he nails it. Like, it's really attractive.
I love that you got to regionals. There's something class. There's something that magical about the term. I got about the term going to regionals. Like, it's such a high school
American,
movie
doesn't it?
thing.
Yeah.
It sounds very American, doesn't it? Yeah.
It feels very bring it on.
Like Glee Club.
Yes. That kind of.
And in our American sports themed game, I actually turned that down, didn't I? My character sort of
You did.
walked away from it, nearly, pretty much.
Yeah, and didn't you fancy the teacher as well?
Probably.
At some point.
Talking about my character.
Oh no, yeah.
Just looking at me,
Just
just
you.
looked at me dead in the eye, asked me if I fancied a teacher.
Yeah.
Technically, for that game, you were the teacher, so
Yeah, so you fancy me.
yeah.
So-
Well,
All did. We had
We've known it for years.
We had a lovely chat about school sports and games and things on Danger Things a little while ago over on Patreon. Pay for it, Dangerlings, if you want to hear us talk about that. You can hear about James talk about a game he invented where he bounced up and down on a mattress. It's as weird as it sounds.
I tell you what, it is brilliant. It's a brilliant show. Go and check it out. It's good.
That's all right. There you go. There you go, Dangerlings. That's our plug for this week. That's
Check it out.
That's us trying to get
It's
good
good.
money off you. Listen to our weird sports story.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you who's not getting a sporting chance this time, or maybe he is. It's the fucking Night Peddler.
Ooh, the Night
We're doing this, everyone. After a lot of planning, after a lot of going around, you hit that point where you sort of stalled on who do we take a token from, and then you were like, you know what, fuck it, let's go see the others. And then from that point, you just steamed through, and you just got like Barrow King down super quick. You got his token, or you got the token from the regretful morning choir who regretted their actions. But you got that token. Then you went and found Bramblestone.
Yep.
Bramblestone, the Prince of Rabbits, who challenged you to a duel. Karagor got volunteered.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Folton just said, you do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he decided to try and fight all of you and got obliterated. That was one of those classic moments where I had a note in here of like, below a certain hit point threshold, he yields, he surrenders, and that's the end of the fight. And anytime you have one of those, it never goes down that way. It always anytime you have someone who fights to the death, it seems implausible that they keep fighting. And then you're like, okay, great, I've got someone who's going to yield at this point. That'll be great, we can do that. And then in the last round, either they do shit tons of damage, the players just lay out so much damage that they don't get a chance, or the GM does something really stupid, like being like, I know, what will look cool is if he leaps backwards and lands away from everyone and then lays his sword down and bows and yields. That's a beautiful moment. So he leapt backwards and of course triggered all of your reactions. Murdered the fucking guy. Poor Bramblestone.
So it was his fault, really.
That was his fault.
It was his fault that he died. Yeah, it was nice.
It's very much.
Great.
It's not. It's definitely not your fault. It's probably his fault. It's probably more my fault. Sorry, Bramblestone, but you're dead now. And Folton is now the king. Folton, of course.
Oh yeah, the king of the house.
He's the king of the cottage. King of the cozy cabin.
Oh yeah.
King of the
He's the king of house, which
Doctor House.
I kind of very much always expected that Drummond, if anyone, would become king of house, but apparently it's
me.
And see, now you're now being followed by Bramblestone's cottage and the entire grove that kind of follows. So it's like a beautiful manicured lawn with banners and then a house in the middle of it that just follows you wherever you go, trying to hail you as the king of rabbits.
But it's starting to wilt now, isn't it?
Yes,
the further
because
it gets out.
You led it into the desert, so now the lawn has just died off.
Yeah.
Much like everyone who follows Folton.
Yep.
The house is looking shabby, but you decided that was your plan. So your plan was you were going to take the house to see the Night Peddler because it meant that you literally had a home field advantage to fight him on.
Nice.
Karagor constructed a series of elaborate traps.
Two.
2, yes.
2 traps.
I think you can have a series of 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you can have a,
So it's a film and a sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a series.
I think the Avatar series 2. There you go.
You made a hole, didn't you? And in the floor.
Yeah, it's a trap, Ross.
Yeah, it's a hole in the floor.
Yeah, or you just use. I mean, you could say you could belittle anything if you wanted to word it like that.
Yeah,
you made a hole in the Rabbit Prince. Well, you defeated him in single combat. Now I made a hole in him, mate.
It's just a hole, right?
Well, it's slightly more to it. There's a couple more steps than just a hole.
It's a complex hole.
It's not complex. It's just more than a hole, you know. Like,
and then there's knives on a broom or something in there.
yeah, I mean that's the spring-loaded broom knife trap. I worked with the implements that I had available.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I don't remember these traps, to be honest.
Next time, remind me to give you a critical breakdown of your cutscenes that you give, because you know.
Well, they're pretty simple. Talk about cock. Talk about penis.
What in your kill scenes? In your kill?
Oh
cutscenes?
no, I thought you were just talking about my general character.
No, I meant.
How do you want to do this? Well, I want to talk about cock for a bit, and then I just sort of stab them.
I thought you were just talking about your WhatsApp messages. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like Ross. You know.
I can't believe the shade you're throwing on the home aloning that has occurred in this house. But yes, the house kind of furnishes you with whatever you need. So you, it reminded me of. Do you remember in the one of the really early, really good series of Red Dwarf, where Cat discovers the vending machines, and you just say what you want, and he just spends ages being like fish, and another fish comes out. You just keep stacking up all of these meals. Folton and Karagor basically did that, but with knives. Just kept taking knives out of the drawer until you had enough to strap a bunch to a broom and make a trap. And then you took it to the Night Peddler's camp and called to him from inside and said, "Come inside for a meeting." And we left it with him walking towards the house.
Yeah. It's gonna work.
Very nice.
To have this meeting.
It's gonna work.
So you can see 3 of the guards standing a little way back in the camp, and the Night Peddler is just walking up to the front of the house. So
Karagor and Velda are hiding, aren't they?
No, I think I was hiding.
You were hiding.
I'm definitely hiding.
You've got time. Yep, I'm happy.
I'm pretty sure it was Bubba. And me who were the only ones.
What you doing?
You two hiding.
Yeah.
In the house.
Okay.
You'd invited him in, so it'd be weird if you were.
Yeah, imagine I just hid.
Yes.
Come in.
I can hide. Oh,
you don't have to if you don't
click
want.
there. Sorry, mate.
Mate, you just got to try and reduce it. Don't talk about it.
I love that we've replaced James smacking his lips with James smacking his lips and then apologising for smacking his lips.
Yeah.
Which is
That was a particularly loud one, though.
It was good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm starting to enjoy it. I think I'm going to keep it in now.
Got Stockholm smacking lips in.
Yeah. Just try it, mate.
Do you know what? I've got a D clicker. But your clicks, they're too big for the clicker.
Wow.
It still can't find it. If I turn it on too much, it just turns off you off.
Mate,
and I just hear this. I just hear, and that's your speech.
And then every now and then.
Like for an hour. And then every now and again, a big click.
Now you've mentioned it, all the Dangerlings are going to be able to just focus on that now.
Yeah.
There'll be a prize for the Dangerling who counts the clicks from when it started to now.
very generous of you to offer that, Colin.
Wow, yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you what episode it does start. And that prize is going to be like bragging rights. There's nothing really.
It's like Stan Lee's no prize.
Yeah.
You get to replace James in the
Wow.
If you can pinpoint the exact moment it started,
or
I will accept that.
They can send in their own clicks to put, and then you have to put them in place of James's click.
Colin's prizes are only going to be a CBD beer or some Welks anyway.
Yeah.
Welks.
Yeah.
That is such an old school reference. My dad used to love a bit of Welks. Yeah, bag of Welks. Be like, oh, try these. He don't speak like that, but he does now.
Don't speak like that.
He don't speak like that. He does in my mind. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, these fucking Welks are fucking lovely, Cole.
I'm never quite sure what Welks are. They're like little salty bogey creatures.
Yeah, little shell.
Just weird. Are they shellfish?
You have to eat them with a pin.
Don't know. I've never seen you share anything.
Really?
You get like a little needle and you pull them out.
They are so
Chew 'em.
tiny. Yeah, they're just.
Like snails, I guess, really.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about food. You have to eat with a needle. That feels, feels
Yeah.
sordid. All right, well, let's do something sordid. So let me describe the layout of this little cottage, because we've not really talked about it. Just so you know, I'm not saying that we're definitely about to go into combat, but Folton and Bubba are waving and ushering in somebody who's about to walk into a doorway with a knife trap and a pit.
So it looks like it, doesn't it?
I mean, depending on if he keeps going the way he goes, it could do. Right. So this is single story. It's a single story cottage. There's kind of a living area. It's with the door opens up into a living area, and then on the left hand side is like a little kitchen, which I've just assumed is where Karagor is hiding.
Sort of in the entry, the hallway. I don't know. I can't see a floor plan, but if the kitchen is also the living space,
yeah, it's open
and
plan. Basically,
if they've got a front-facing garden. Sorry, I've just come from a house viewing, so I'm very like if they've got like is it like
What's the square footage of the entire cottage? And,
on the
has it
eastern
got
side of the
planning permission?
house, or is that
Is there a
great.
balcony?
And
Much
you're-
light coming through.
And like, is there cat access? Because it did say that in the listing. So, so if I'm in the entry hall, but I don't know how big the entry hall is.
So there's not really an entry hall. The door opens. The front door opens directly into a big open plan room, which includes sort of a big living area and then the kitchen as well. And then beyond that, there are 3 bedrooms.
No entry hall, and you want an extra £300 PCM for that? Okay, right. Well.
And are we
Open
outside,
living.
Bubba and...
No, you're inside the house
Bubba
because you wanted to encourage him into the house.
So we're going, come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk through this little doorway.
Welcome through this little doorway.
The tiny needle.
Got some whelks in here.
You're trying to usher him with some whelks. So I've assumed Karagor is kind of hiding. Do you want to be like pressed up? I guess the only difference is, do you want to be pressed up against the wall, ready to attack anyone who comes through immediately, or are you intending to be back a little bit and then move in once they've come into the building?
Back a little bit. I think my words last episode were knocking an arrow to my bow from a small distance away, so
Fair
that
enough.
so I could see.
The only thing to bear in mind is remember your volley penalty, because you're fighting inside a small cottage. So
If only I had a hatchet, Folton.
I gave you it, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Can we do anything before we start?
Oh yeah. And Velda, I've put
I'm guessing
you kind
I'm
of.
in a bedroom.
Oh, you're in a bedroom. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
well, it seems to be the most logical.
Just hide behind a curtain.
Has it got curtains? Does it need a refurb?
I mean-
is it a bit like...
there we go. Velda's in a different room.
I'm
Velda's
sort
in
of
the bedroom.
imagining a kind of 1970s like old person's bungalow now, which is a very British sort of like thing. But you know the kind of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of needs a bit of a touch up.
Pink carpet.
Pink carpet,
Or red
get like
carpet.
quite patterned wallpaper.
Oak.
Yes, sort of.
Lots of oak.
I'm gonna,
No, it'd be like chipboard covered in veneer sort of
Oh,
thing. You
God.
remember that stuff? Yeah.
would people notice if I cast a shield, or is that just magical invisible?
Yeah, he'd notice.
Oh, yeah.
A magical
Alright.
shield would appear in front of you, so it would be
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
And remember,
okay.
that only works each round, so it's kind of
Of course.
casting
Of course,
it
yeah.
before combat wouldn't do anything.
Okay, James, I've put you together a set of dice from the mutual dice tray as closest to purple I could get.
The
you go.
mutual dice tray.
That's
A
nice,
mutual
isn't it?
dice tray,
I like that.
which sounds like a sort of a cooperative bank. Thanks, mate. There is a rather jaunty purple.
We haven't
D6
got any.
in there.
We haven't got any D4s between us though, so
And then
no magic missiles for us.
We threw all of our different
Nice.
dice into
Thanks,
a
mate.
dice tray, and then if you roll a natural 20 on any of those, you got to take that person home. That's how it works.
Get him some whelks.
So the Night Peddler has his Night Peddler has his robes pulled up tight around him against the desert heat, and is coming up the path towards all of you, towards the door. The two of you are hidden. Folton and Bubba, you are standing back, kind of on the far side of the living room, with the pit and the door trap in between you. Do you want to say anything?
I think we've said enough.
Yeah, we just wait.
You wait.
Come in.
Smiles and ice creams.
ice creams.
Can we lure them in with ice cream? No.
I do like the way that Ross. I just remember you pushing this house as far as it possibly could in terms of the true player style. Oh, it can change yourself, can it? Great. So we want ice
Filled
cream,
it with piss.
Filled it with piss and weird vegetable servants.
Yeah.
Because you wanted life.
We tried to make life.
And a spa.
time.
Actually, can I hide in the spa? Is that all right?
It's a bedroom / spa.
Yeah.
It's not good as either of those things.
No.
What about Mage Armor? To Mage Armor, would he notice that?
Yes.
Yeah, he would. He'd notice he's noticed you casting a spell.
Come on.
I think Mage Armor is you could physically see it sort of
What's the
glowing.
duration on Mage Armor though?
I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it.
Mage Armor has a somatic
Straight
and
up
verbal.
there, James. Look at that.
Yeah, nice. I'm just saying because if it's got a longer duration, you absolutely would have had time before you said hello to just sort of step out of line of
To
sight,
do it,
put it
right.
on, and step in. And I'm happy for you to, if it's like a 10-minute thing or until your next daily preparations or anything like that. Happy.
It's
for
a
you to
level
do
one,
that.
but I think it lasts for a
But,
while. But it's all right. I'll
No problem. All right.
Yeah.
So
Because I basically Velda's always got it on,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because I said to Dan, like basically
Just
as
put it
standard
on.
is like romp, like before combat or just at the beginning of the day.
I think if it's an all-day thing, that's fine.
It is an all day thing. Yes.
All day?
Until the next time you make your daily preparations.
There you go.
You know what? In that case,
stick
I've
Mage
done
Armor
it.
on.
You ward yourself with shimmering magical energy, so he will be able to see that you are shimmery.
Horse trading is done.
Shimmer.
The figure
In my
steps
bimbo.
through the figure steps through the doorway. There's a click. A broom full of knives swings down towards its face. Everybody roll initiative.
Hey.
All right.
Here we go.
Being as the trap's been triggered, I will use Scout's Warning because we're in combat. I wasn't gonna because it would give away my position, but everyone gets a +1.
Cool.
Thanks, mate.
34 for Folton.
That's what we needed. 34. Big roll for Folton Battlestone.
33 for Bubba.
Good.
Right afterwards.
It's not as good as mine.
All right. Well, it's still pretty good, isn't it?
It's not competition, Ross.
No,
Yeah.
it literally is.
It is.
Is it?
With me, and
Well-
I'm going to win.
Is it? Well,
you
then,
go first. I go.
then take it with a 36 for Velda. It's a natural 20 on the die, plus the +1 as well. I can literally not get any higher.
Oh,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, I forgot the +1.
Still not going to beat me.
Okay, it's not a competition anymore because James is winning.
Yeah.
Put your penis in.
No, mine was 36 as well.
So you can't.
How did
you
it go
can't
from
re-roll.
No, I had to roll it to
You
look-
literally just re-roll.
Yes, but
Oh
look,
my god, you
the
cheat.
original
Cheat.
perception is there.
How did a +1 take you from 34 to 36?
No, I said 35.
Okay.
35 originally, and now it's 36.
Jesus.
That's.
Does
What?
say 34
Scott, tell-
there, though.
You said 34.
Oh, okay, yeah, 35.
Oh my
Oh, still a loser.
I'm changing you to 31. That's outrageous. Colin's going before you because of that
Yeah,
blatant
right, yeah,
cheatiness.
It was
Scott, what we got?
Well, this time I got to use stealth, which is better than my perception. So obviously I rolled a total of 26.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now I pre-rolled all of the enemy's initiative, so all you've got to do is pop them into descending. Now, the good news is
Yes.
all of you beat the creature's initiative. So the first thing that happens, the Night Peddler steps through the doorway and triggers the trap, which swings down a broom full of knives. Scott, it's your trap. Do you want to roll for us? It has a +17 to hit.
Yep. You did the right thing by asking me to roll there, Dan.
Oh no, mate, no!
22.
A 22. That
I'm curious as well. When you set up the trap, what's the what gives it the tension to go? A lot of things because in Predator, when he makes a similar thing, the thing that goes swinging around, and it's all like the tension of the branch because it's got sort of tensile strength. How do the brooms don't really bend?
There's a bit of string. There's a bit of the door's got a hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
so it's on the
picturing
door?
it- yeah, I was picturing
Yeah,
kind of
mate, yeah.
hanging above the door and then it swings down.
Yeah.
Kind of like-
That's probably better. Yeah. It's just sort of like a swinging
much-
broom from the ceiling.
But
As we described last episode.
but sadly,
No. I'm just refreshing. I'm not. That was not a criticism, Scott. I know you're feeling a bit delicate.
No, I know. It's just we covered this, James.
I know, but
Covered
I'm
it.
just fair. All right.
so a 22 The Viet Cong, you are not.
Yep.
I'm afraid.
Yep.
It hits the Night Peddler and and hits and just splinters. One of the knives just pings off it and it just splinters away. The Night Peddler cries out in Infernal, and all of you realize, because you have a higher initiative, that this does not sound like the real Night Peddler. Velda, weirdly, considering you're in another room, this dawns on you before anyone else. You just
sound
hear
like
this
the Night
through
Peddler.
door.
I don't think it's a real Night Peddler. You hear from the spa.
As you're in the hot tub.
Yeah. It's just I'm wearing a toweling robe. There's little slip-on slippers.
Oh my god! All right, you got 3 actions to spend in this spa. You're gonna get a little petty. What's the plan?
I'm going to get a little petty. I'm going to sort of soak it up, get some essential oils. No.
Okay.
Obviously, I realise that it's not the real guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's useful to know because obviously I don't want to use anything too good. In that case, I am going to use Slashing Gust.
Okay. Do you want to spend 1 action to open the door from the bedroom first?
Oh, no, the door's open.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
Cool.
I wouldn't wait ambush with him with the door closed. I'm not.
Nothing about Velda's character up to this point made me think he would.
Okay, good. Yes, but we are deliberately going to combat. I
Okay,
didn't start it by closing a door between me and combat. Latest dickheads. So I'm going to cast Slashing Gust.
You cast Slashing Gust.
Here we go. It's a 12 on the die. That is 29.
29. That's against AC, right? That's a hit.
It is. Okay, good. That's confusing damage. I apologise. 64, 5d4, 1d4.
Good old confusing damage. It's probably to do with
Yes, no, that's 6d4 damage. There we are.
64 damage. The one dice you don't have, right?
I do. I do.
You've got some.
No,
Good.
I have dice.
Okay.
Scott very kindly sent me out a set of dice, but I have my massive bag of dice. But here we go. So,
Oh, I've got my own dice. Oh.
here we go. Yeah.
I
We've
know-
all got lots of dice.
I know for a fact there are no
7.
D4s in there because I used a bunch of them on Abomination Vaults last night off air, and I think I left them on my desk.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay. That is 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Oh, 7. Actually, that's 2 7s. So it's 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Let me
As
have-
miniature ripples of air slice into
Very
not Night Peddler.
Let's see. Slashing damage. He's got. If it doesn't say, then
It doesn't say,
No,
yes.
that's-
Oh, slashing damage. yes,
Slashing damage.
yes.
That's fine. He doesn't have an immunity to that, so he goes ahead and takes that 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
Slashing gusts of wind come flying out and rake across the creature.
And then he'd like to cast Shield.
Cool. And you put up a shield. Bubba Von Hoops, you are next.
Was it not Folton next?
No, because Folton's a little prick.
yeah.
Messes around with his number. Sorry, mate.
Right, I'm going to use because I realise it's not the Night Peddler on here, Velda.
Yeah.
I'm going to use telekinetic projectile.
Okay.
And I rolled a 27 to hit.
A 27 is going to be a hit.
Lovely. And the damage is going to be 18 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
You
It's
not
pick up-
bad.
What do you pick up from the house to hit him with?
So there's, I guess, the end of the broom that swung. I'm going to swing it back up and then hit him in the balls.
No. The trap hits and he just kind of knocks it aside, steps over it, and then you just bring the broom up between his legs as he steps over it.
Yeah, very nice. And then I've got, after that,
Yeah.
I've got one thing left. I'm going to use something that I never use. I'm going to use True Strike, which gives me advantage on my next roll.
It does.
Basically,
Does it last until
you roll it on this go, and on your next go, you get advantage. Basically, do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go for it.
So until the end of your turn, a glimpse into the future. Does that mean I need to roll it on the first?
Until the end of your turn. So you want to do that at the start of the turn that you're going to make an attack.
Thank you so much. Never use it.
True strike dilemma is such a thing in D&D as well. It's pretty much the exact same spell, and everyone's like, how do you optimize what?
Right.
It's weird.
In that case, I'll inspire fucking courage.
You start.
You get a +1 to your damages and a +1 to your attacks.
Nice.
Until the end of
I do feel very inspired.
I will tell you, as a GM, there is nothing scarier in Pathfinder than a Magus casting True Strike as their first action, because then they can spell strike. Then they can basically put us. That means they're using their other 2 actions to put a spell into a weapon that they really, really don't want to miss with. So you know they're about to hit you with the biggest fucking gun they've got.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Nice.
You start singing. You start inspiring. The house fills with music. And it's Folton Battlestone's go.
Folton also knows, like everyone does, I just wanted to get in for the melee fighters. I've painstakingly gone over where exactly the pit trap is, where the hole is on the floor. Everyone knows exactly where it is.
Yeah.
There's a gorgeous looking rug in front of the floor, and it looks so
There's no way of getting round that.
No, easily. You could easily run around it.
Okay.
The trouble is he might not then step onto it.
Step on the rug.
I'll step in front.
Step on the rug.
I'll step where the rug is, so that when he comes towards me.
So you're standing on the opposite. So basically, there's kind of, if you imagine he's standing there, then there's the rug trap, and then you're standing on the other side of it. So you're there. So you could delay and hope he comes towards you.
As a fighter, do you have like taunt or something?
No, there is a class in development that's coming out next year, I think, that is literally a tank class that has loads of taunts and stuff, and it can debuff you if you then choose to attack anyone but you get penalties.
Can I intimidate him into coming to me?
You can intimidate him, and you can try and frighten him.
No, I don't want him to run away. I want him to come to me. Can I diplomacy?
I mean, you can. I'm happy for you to taunt him and see if.
What would I use?
Like,
you're gonna diplomacy him after he's been hit in the balls with a broom and slashed.
To take me I'll just get to say to him, "Come on and face me 1-on-1, mano a mano, strip to the waist."
Who brought up
the
waist?
You're trying to get him in the pit, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
Also, are you stripped to the waist?
No.
I was gonna say because that'd be most of your armor.
Yeah.
Who brought up stripping? He thinks that.
I think he's still thinking of Velda in the spa. Just
All right. Do you want to? Are you going to delay and sort of wait for him to come towards you?
Yeah.
All right. So you hold.
Hold.
Which means it's Karagor.
This guard is stood still in the doorway.
Still in the doorway, yes. You have a clean shot if you want to take it, but
holding his bills.
Up to you.
Actually, I see what Folton is doing.
Yep.
And I would like to hold my action until the guard moves further into the room.
Very good. You hold your action as well, which means it goes to the monsters, because they all... Every time I do a big combat, all the monsters roll roughly the same number, and then you guys roll way higher or way lower, and so we end up with a section where all the monsters have to act. Right. First dude is that guy. That guy holds. He stays. He doesn't do anything. The next guy is the guy we care about. It's the guy. He takes a step forward. And let's find out if he falls in the pit. He steps towards Folton. And... what does he need to roll to miss the pit? It's not a great DC. Okay. All right. Let's try this. He steps over and falls in the pit. Yay! Steps onto the rug. The rug drops out and just falls through. It lands with a crunch on the floor. It doesn't fall that far. It's a bungalow, so he kind of falls into like the space below it. But he will take a little bit of damage. He takes 10 points of damage. So he falls down into the pit that you kind of dug underneath it.
Can I?
Are you going to jump in the pit with him?
No, I was going to tell the house to move backwards and forwards, like basically crushing. Like
Yeah, that was the plan, wasn't it? 'Cause it falls through, and then we were hoping that they would get trampled underneath the feet.
Yeah,
Possible.
House feet.
house feet.
House feet. Okay, so
I use my house as a weapon.
it is, however, still his go.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, let's give him some. All right. There's a ripping of cloth, and then suddenly a clanking of metal, and barbed chains come flying up out of the pit, like the fucking Sarlacc just start coming out of the pit and writhing around and slashing at all of you. As he swings out, he's got pretty good reach on these things. And I'll give him a little bit of healing as well. Regenerates some damage. So that was one action. He needs to spend a second action to pick himself up from prone. So he then picks himself up from prone, and then a chain lashes out at Folton from the pit. That's going to be a 25.
Nay enough.
You put the axe up and it clangs off it, and it screams out, screams in infernal, furious at you. You have hoisted it on its own petard. That doesn't work in this case. That's its go. That's its fucking go. Useless. Folton, it's your go because you held it. Assuming you're going to jump in, it's whichever one of you wants to jump in now.
Yeah, I'll jump in and I'll order the house to move forwards and like backwards.
Cool. You command the house to move forwards and backward to try and trample it. The house has its own initiative, so it will act on its own one. We'll call that one action to command the house.
Cool. And then I will run over to the other one that didn't fall in the pit.
So that means running out of the house.
Wait, so because there's only one in the house so far.
There's only one in the
in the house.
So you would have to go out of the house if you wanted to engage any of the. So inside the house there is sort of under the house there's one of them, and then outside the house there are two guards, and presumably one of them. There are three guards effectively outside.
One's the
presumably
peddler.
one is the Night Peddler.
Ross, tactically, if we were to start running outside the house, because right now if they don't come in to reinforce their friend, we just get to wail on one guy.
Yeah, true.
If they choose to stay outside, be like, ha ha ha, we're not coming into your trapped house. I'd be like, okay, cool, we'll just kill this guy and then wait for the rest. But if we go out, we'll start to lose some tactical advantage.
We have the McAllister advantage.
You were right. You were right to command the house, and it goes into initiative because the house always wins. So
Nice.
The trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I ask the house to reset it?
just cover it back up with stone. Brilliant. Yeah. What the?
So to bring to pull the brooms back up.
Yeah.
It's like they're playing like a really shit level in Mario where they fall down a trap and they try to jump back up. They can't. They got to go back to the start. Jump back.
Yeah. And then to produce a brand new rug.
So the house has
Papa's got a brand new rug.
the house has. We'll treat the house like a minion. So the house has two actions around.
Yeah.
So if it's going to use one action to trample. One action to trample the thing underneath it. You can use one action to reset one of the traps. Which one do you want to reset?
Let's reset the knives. Is it better to reset the knives or get them in a hole and trample them? Let's do the knives one.
Okay.
For now.
the broom slides back up the wall and repositions itself over the door.
It's done all right, that broom, isn't it, so far?
Wow. Yeah,
I think it's cleaned up.
And then that's all my 2 actions, isn't that?
That was 2 actions, yeah.
And then I'm just going to shout at them. Come on!
Nice. Why not? The fantasia of it all. Right. Karagor, you've lost line of sight on this target because he's stepped forward and fallen through the floor.
Yeah.
But you could walk to the edge of the pit and take shots down at it, but you would presumably be in range of these chains that are flying up out.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good, does it? I'm going to stay right where I am in hidden stealth.
Cool. You stay
and wait for the next person to come in. I presume I can no longer hold a go because it's come back round to the thing that's the thing.
No, you can go whenever, basically. Yeah, you just hold your go and you just let me know when you want to jump in, and that'll become your new initiative.
Okay, cool. Well, the next condition then would be whenever any other enemy comes inside the building,
that's right.
basically.
You don't have to delay. You don't have to set a reaction. Like if you want to do a reaction to just automatically attack when someone walks in, that's like readying an action. If you just want to delay and say I'll take a go I'll just jump in when I'm ready. Okay. You can just do that and you keep all of your actions. It just means you can't act necessarily before somebody.
Okay.
So next up, I think it's time for old pedals. One of the guards of the 2 standing outside, one of the guards raises both hands. And as it does, part of its bandana slips and you see its pointed ears point back up and you realise that one is the Night Peddler as you hear it incanting in a strange tongue and beginning to cast a spell. It lets fly with a small, little sparkling, different, multicoloured cloud. Comes out of its hand, flies towards the house, flies in through the front door of the house, and then detonates over Folton and Bubba. Folton and Bubba.
He's seeking missile.
I need both of you.
Reflex?
It's not a reflex. Oh. It's a will save.
Will save, yeah.
As the glittering flashing cloud just envelops both of you. Karagor and Velda from the sides, you see them just being completely swamped by this thing. The 2 of you can just see shapes moving all over the place in the crowd. You quickly become disorientated.
What shall I go, analog or digital?
Whatever's better.
What?
Is it like digital roll or...
Oh, I didn't know what you said.
Yeah.
Don't know. It makes no difference to me, I can assure you.
I just need your wisdom.
I don't. It comes to rolling dice. Why are you asking me?
Oh, digital.
That was a poor choice.
Oh, you fucked it, didn't you?
It was.
Yeah,
it was a real poor choice.
Analog.
So let's just see what we got. Analog.
Always go analog, mate.
Much better, see?
Yeah, it was much better.
Fuck you, Scott.
Pass it around, mate. I pass it around.
You
You're
didn't
welcome.
actually choose. Yeah, I got a 19.
A 19. That's a fail, not a crit fail.
I got 18.
An 18 is a fail. Not quite a crit fail.
Dazzled?
You are both fascinated
by
the cloud. That means that you can it means you can't use any actions that involve the concentrate trait, which means Bubba's song stops.
Yep.
Because you can't. You don't care about singing right now. You just care about this cloud. You're just completely besotted by this. You're also both dazzled while you're in it. So all creatures within count as concealed to you.
Right.
So that means it's a DC 5 flat check to try and to hit anything while you're in the cloud.
Cool.
And at the
so
moment,
you need to get over 5 to see someone.
Yes.
Right.
So at the moment, you don't care about. You are acting as if you don't care about anything but this cloud. It's just you're seeing the most interesting things you've ever seen flying around your heads right now. Lots of. I'm assuming meat.
Just flying with wings. Just flying
bits
around.
of cheese, meat, flapping around.
If Folton is seeing lots of flying meat, what is Bubba seeing flying around the cloud?
I was trying to think about that. Maybe he's just seeing like Loads of other Tengu.
Himself.
Yeah, I was going to say himself. Just picture himself. Like,
Just in different outfits, looking quite sexy.
What?
Oh, look over this way. I look quite sexy. Oh, look at me. Look at my
So
bum.
you're just in a mirror ball,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
Just like with, keep dreaming, fascination in the background.
The night. That's all. And then Night Peddler draws a kukri. The other guard is there, flanks around to this. You just sort of. Actually, none of you see what he does because you're in a cloud. So the Night Peddler moves around. The other guy moves around somewhere, and you hear Velda. Maybe you hear a clanking noise somewhere outside of the house. The house then takes a go. I think I'm going to roll a reflex save for the dude who's under the house to see if he manages to avoid serious harm. We'll call it a basic reflex. Yes, that's a fail. Go ahead and roll
Nice.
give me 3d6 damage for house trampling damage.
What? 7, 8, 8. Yes, 8.
You inflict 8 points of trample damage as the house backs up and down. The house, you're all kind of thrown sideways as the house just starts moving side to side as it tries to grind the poor guy to the dirt. The chains are like, whoa! Certainly something.
Good.
Outrageous.
Good.
Outrageous. I can't believe you did that. Top of the round, Velda Camblight.
Okay.
So you can see.
I can't see the guy in the pit.
No,
No.
You can just see this pink sparkling cloud hovering over where the pit was.
Is there a window in the room that you're in?
I was just about to ask, yeah, so it was windows.
Yeah, there's windows.
Great.
Can I see, okay, so run over the window and have a look,
Yep.
so I can hear clanking.
You look out of the window and you can see one of the other guards. Is picking. He's thrown aside some of his robes, and from its body, chains have sprung out from from just all of the folds in its robes, like Dr. Octopus kind of this web of chains has just spun out, and it's grabbing up piles of other spiked chains that are lying around the camp. So a load of them that have been lying around that have been presumably for moving the prisoners around. It's just been picking up loads of them. That's as far as it's got because it had to move over to there. So it seems to be doing something with chains out there, but you have line of sight on it through the window.
How far away is it?
It is 30 feet from you.
30 feet, okay, so it's beyond striking range at the moment.
Yes, yeah. It's not likely to hit you through the window just yet.
No. Can I run back through into one of the other bedrooms that isn't facing him so close? So there's a bit of house. So the house is sort of between me and him outside. Does that make sense?
You'd lose line of sight. If you run away from this window, you'll lose line of sight on him.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as there's another window in another bedroom.
So you can see.
So sort of like run out of that room into another bedroom and then out of a window that's not like literally directly in front of the dude.
Okay,
that makes sense.
You would lose. This is the only. You could.
Because I presume all the bedrooms aren't on this side of the house. There must be.
They're along the back of the house, so you'd be running away. He's round the side. So kind of, if you ran into the bedroom next, you'd be running away from him. So kind of, you're in the closest bedroom to him.
Yeah,
but you would lose line of sight on him.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll lose line of sight from the moment. As long as I run through,
cool,
duck out the window.
Cockpit is there, and you run into the next bedroom.
Yeah, run the next bedroom. Actually, no, I run in the next bedroom, and I cast fly.
Worth doing.
Yes, because that will be worth doing.
It's always a handy thing to do.
Yes.
Okay, you run into the next bedroom, you cast fly on yourself.
I think we need some air superiority in this place.
Plan to get airborne.
Yes.
All right, we're going Bubba Von Hoops.
Yes. Now I can't concentrate on anything but this cloud, right?
Yeah, but you can move. There's nothing to stop you from taking actions. You just can't do anything with the concentrate trait and
So that's sort of any spells or anything like that,
So
right?
basically, it's any spell with the verbal component, which
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
bard
yeah.
is basically everything.
It's basically everything, isn't it?
But yeah, you can walk out of the cloud if you want to.
Yeah, okay. That was going to be one of my options that I was going to ask, actually. Can I just walk to like the other corner of the back room?
Yep.
Yeah, just kind of back up out of it.
Yep.
Staring at this cloud, going, "Oh, what a cloud!"
You back out of it, and as you kind of blink and get out the cloud, the fascination fades.
Oh, lovely. Look at
and
that.
you get out of it.
How many actions would that be?
One action to move away.
Okay, cool. In that case, that means I've got 2 more acciones. Let's go. Your man is still in the pit, right?
Your man is still very much in that pit.
All right, let's do some
Lava.
Let's do. I was either going to do not lava. If I had lava, yeah.
I would love a lava spell.
put a bunch
Just
of
be like,
lava
I
in
want to
there.
fill that hole full of lava.
Yeah, just a thumb coming down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Let's do this electric arc. Can I cast that?
You don't have a line of sight on anybody
line
at
of
the moment.
sight.
Although actually, if you look now, you've backed up to the corner of the room where Velda was.
Yeah.
If you look over your shoulder through the window, you can see the dude outside picking up the chains.
Ah.
So you could blast something at that guy if you want to.
Okay, I kind of blink and go, oh, I'll get him instead, and I'll do that.
I wonder if as well, because he's got chains coming out of him and he's holding chains, he's holding so much metal, I wonder if he'd conduct more electricity. That'd be really cool.
We'll find out. Yeah.
What's your save?
It's not a great save. We are talking 21. I think that's going to be a fail.
Is a fail, yeah. You get 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, there's nothing else to arc it into from where you are.
No, that's a shame. But yeah, that's 18 off that geezer.
Nice. Very nice.
Maybe I should have been a bit more defensive. But hey, I've done it now.
You've done it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've done
Offense
it.
can be a good defense.
Indeed.
Against these guys, yeah. I'd get some of them down if I were you.
I have a plan. Attack.
Nice. Good work. That means it's going to be their go. So, first one to act is... it's the guy at the back. Guy at the back stays put for now. And then it's the go of Senior Trampleton. He... From within the cloud, Bubba, you can kind of see a shape move, and you hear a and you just see some of the chains kind of pull up there, and then rising up out of the pit within the cloud, you just see the silhouette of the figure being held aloft by these chains, its feet dangling as it pulls itself out of the pit.
It is Dr. Octopus.
Yes.
So like that. And that, I don't think that affects Folton because you can't properly see it. Brilliant. But this might affect you because it then tries to blast you, then tries to hit you with its chains twice.
Easy.
Lashes out. First one, it was going for a 20. It bounced off the 20. It's gonna be it's 25 again. Fuck's sake.
Nope.
No good. Goes for its second attack. And that's only a 22.
Nope.
Fulton, you defend twice against this gribbly motherfucker.
Is he suffering negative from the effects of being in the cloud?
He made his save against the cloud, so he is not. Although he is dazzled because that doesn't have a save, so if he had hit, he would have had to have rolled a flat check, which doesn't matter. He would have passed, but he missed. So Fulton, you defend.
Good.
You keep up your defenses. It is now your go.
Is there 3 of them?
So there are 3 guards plus the Night Peddler. There's
Is
one
there?
guard.
I thought there were 2 guards.
Nope, there are 3 guards.
He famously said he had 3 guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that
So
quite a lot.
there's to give you an idea from those who sort of catch glimpses out of the window, it looks like one of the guards has skirted around to the north of the house, which is the guy picking up the chains, who's a couple of you have seen. One of them is in the house with you, and one of them is staying put next to the Night Peddler, who threw that spell in through the doorway. They're standing a little way back and throwing in some ranged attacks. However,
Just get the house to shut the door.
leave us here. The one who's in there, because he's attacked you, Folton, even though he didn't hit, it breaks the fascination effect. You're no longer fascinated.
Yay!
Still have it's still got concealment against you, but that's all. So you.
I'm still dazzled though. Yeah.
You are you were dazzled.
Just not fascinated.
Yes, you're no longer fascinated. Cool, but it's your go. What you going to do, my friend?
I'm going to order the house to lock the front door.
Okay, you order the house to lock the front door.
Don't lock it.
Otherwise, they're just going to come in and go.
Yeah, but they'll have to use an action to open the door, and as soon as they open the door, the trap will trigger. So we don't want them to lock it. We want them to come in and trigger the trap, and then get inside the house so we can fight them. If we lock them out, they'll just
tell it to shut the door.
Okay.
And then to produce a sign that says it's not locked.
Okay, great.
Incredible. Bunnying this shit.
Okay.
And then the second action, I'm going to hit the guy.
You hit the guy. We go in Furious Focus here?
Yeah, I might as well use the last two actions to do that.
Okay.
Okie dokie. That's not gonna be enough. It's only 26.
A 26 is a hit.
Oh, okay.
But roll me a d20 to see. Give me the flat check.
I thought he wasn't flat checked anymore because he broke the effects of fascination.
He's not fascinated anymore. He's still dazzled.
Yeah.
So you're still physically in a cloud, but you're not obsessed with the cloud. But it is still hard to see within it.
13.
13. That's fine. That is a hit. So give me that damage. Give me that juicy damage.
19 plus 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. Brutal. All right, you slam the axe into him, and he takes some juicy damn there. Have you got a second action, or is that? Oh no, it's two actions, isn't it? Fury
I commanded the house to
command the house. You Furious Focus.
Lock the door. Shut the door.
To shut the door and put a sign on it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Karagor, one thing. You can see shapes moving within the cloud.
They're there, but no one's coming in through the door.
No one's come in through the door.
Yeah, they're choosing to stay outside. So that's my go done.
All right, you keep your head down. You keep your powder dry.
Keep your head down.
Just hide.
Yeah, it's a siege.
Yeah.
Siege mentality.
Hello.
It's going to be a long fight.
What did I suggest? When I decided the Night Peddler was going to do this round. Oh yeah.
Kill himself?
Night Peddler.
Yeah, just over a token.
Have a token. The Night Peddler casts a spell, which none of you can see because he's further back. Bless you, he says. And
is that the noise of the Night Peddler make a spell?
Yes.
That smell?
He uses a spell into existence, but it's whatever spell he casts. You can hear magical words being spoken, but whatever it is, you're going to brace yourself, but nothing happens. So whatever he casts doesn't affect the room. The guy to the north. Starts slinging chains. The chains that he's holding. Bubba and Velda, you see this. Oh no, Velda, you don't anymore. Bubba, you see this. The guy to the north, having picked up all these chains, hurls a load of them underneath the house, where the house is kind of raised up slightly from where it's been moving. It just slings a bunch of them underneath it, sliding them along the sand, and then holds out its hands. And Bubba, a moment later, chains burst through the floorboards underneath you and start lashing at you, trying to attack you.
Yeah.
As it animates chains, that is going to be a 28.
My save
And if you don't love him,
is 34.
You got an armor class of 34.
Oh no, sorry. I was doing a reflex save.
Oh no, it's just straight up attacking you with.
What was it again?
Chains. We're talking 28.
27 with my shield up. With my mage armor. 27.
Oh, be good.
Damn.
Have I got some?
Almost.
Tell me I've got some D8s, because I'm going to need some D8s. I've got some D8s. Not as many as I want, but I've got some. That's going to be... bullshit damage. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and you start to bleed.
I ain't got time to bleed. Do you bleed? How do we got pierced by chains? I mean, that would be...
They are like... They've got spikes.
Pretty... I mean, it'd be pretty gnarly, in terms of a horrible thing to happen to you.
Real nasty, like barbed chains. When Karagor found them in the tent, they were these horrible spiked things. And they
just stole them.
You could have taken them and then melted them down the volcano.
And they come back.
You could have filed down the...
I could have got all those really helpful people to help me as well. We could have started a forge, melted it all down, made some lava for your lava spell.
Exactly. Could you next time make lava?
The house slams the door shut and then writes a sign on it that says it's not locked.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not locked. But Folton didn't put in a very clear prompt, so it's in a kind of like AI. It's kind of in a weird Cyrillic alphabet, and some of the letters are wrong. It's kind of an approximation of what
it would be
of what it's not locked would look like. It shuts the door, and you wonder if it's they're going to leave you alone, but they're probably not. Locked inside with one of these chainy monsters. You're not locked in with him, he's locked in with you, and we'll find out how that goes next week. That's where we leave it for tonight. This week's episode was brought to you by our wonderful patrons, but specifically this week, it's for you, Nick, you magnificent pterodactyl of a man. That's not my words, those are messages for you. Although I also believe you to be a pterodactyl. That's not what a pterodactyl sounds like. If you want to be like Nick, if you want to be a magnificent pterodactyl and support the show and get access to exclusive shows that you cannot get anywhere else, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. Cheers, Nick.